Bye-bye. Hey there, Joel here, and welcome to this online class. Today we are learning the part 3 video of the chapter Tissues. And if you haven't watched the first 2 videos, then I will link them in the description box or at the end of this video. So you can just go ahead and watch those videos first and then come to this video. Okay. Before I proceed with today's video, let me just give you an overview of what we have studied in the first 2 videos. In the first video, we just saw what is entirely a plant tissue and how it is classified. In that, we just learned about meristematic tissue. In the second video, we learned about simple permanent tissue and the different subcategories of them. And they were parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma and epidermis. So till here we concluded with the first and the second video. Today what we are going to learn is about complex permanent tissue. Okay, and under that we are going to learn about xylem and phloem. But before that, let's roll this intro, and if you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, then please go ahead and do that till this intro is played. So, under complex permanent tissue, we have something called as xylem and we have something called as phloem. So let us understand what is this. Okay, now xylem consists of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So remember what it consists of. Okay, it consists of tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. In the same way, on the other side, phloem is made up of 4 types of elements, and that is sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. So these are just, I can say that they are titles that there's nothing to explain in more in depth about them. Just know in your 9th standard class that xylem consists of this, phloem consists of this. That's it. Okay. Next, the cells have thick walls and many of them are dead cells. So in xylem, many of the cells are dead. We know that tissues are made up of a number of cells. So what kind of a cell depends on the tissue. Also, the function of that tissue will be dependent on the type of the cell. So xylem cells are thick and many of them are dead cells. On the other side, the sieve tubes are tubular, okay, cells and with tiny holes or perforated walls, you can say. So how do you remember? You can remember it as the word sieve, right? We know chan asate bashan, okay? So net, you can say. So it is made up, you can think of a tube made with nets. So sieve tube, okay, the name itself tells you that. Next, tracheids and vessels are tubular structures. This allows them to transport water and mineral vertically. So if you remember your 7th standard, when you learned about xylem and phloem, you learned that xylem carries water and minerals from the roots to different parts of the plant, right? So it helps in carrying water. Now if we want to water the garden, we need a pipe to water, which is connected one end to the tap and the other in a hand to water to the sprinkler, maybe, okay, to water the plant, right? It's a tube. So xylem cells are tubular in shape. So now you already can imagine how it will look like. On the other side, phloem transports food from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. Not just, that the plant says, leaves are preparing food, I will only eat and rest of the part I am not bothered. Not like that. So the plant, once it receives the water through xylem. It prepares its food, and once the food is prepared, it is given to the other parts of the plant. Who does it? The phloem. Okay. Now, except of phloem fibers, phloem cells are living cells. So one example that you have to remember is phloem fibers. Okay. Except this, all of the other cells are living cells. So again, could be asked as the relationship. So sometimes they give phloem, and then they might write phloem fibers and xylem, and then you can have to write maybe another example of a dead cell of xylem. So remember the correlations like that. Okay. Except for phloem fibers, rest all of them are living cells. So this is about xylem and phloem. What is it? It is a tissue which comes under the category of complex permanent tissue. We studied about simple permanent tissue in the previous video. This video we are just starting about complex permanent tissue. There are two types, xylem and phloem. I hope this was clear till now, whatever we have studied. And if you did like this video, then do consider subscribing and liking this video. It's a short video because we're not studying much about the different tissues that are there. So we just learned about complex permanent tissue, and that is xylem and phloem. That's it. Okay. Till then, take care and prepare your notes, study well, and God bless you, and bye bye. Hey there, Joel here.